So in this video I'm going to show you how to draw a pie chart. In class I showed you the following example using ice cream flavours that have been chosen by a group of children. So we had strawberry, vanilla, chocolate and others. And I tried to make the example as easy and straightforward as possible by giving you numbers which would add up to 36, and I'll explain in a second why. So strawberry was 12 children, vanilla was 8 children, chocolate was 10 children, and others was 6 children, and they did add up to 36 votes for 36 children who voted in this survey. Now, when we draw a pie chart, we have to bear in mind that there are, first of all, 360 degrees in a circle. So what I'm going to do is, just so that we can visualize this, is I'm going to draw around this protractor. So here we go. And also another important thing to do is just to be aware of where the center is on this protractor. And in fact, I'll probably also use, I could use a pair of compasses to do this. That is not 100% accurate, but there we go. Okay, and that's the center. Now the other thing I need is a ruler, which I will just go and fetch. And what's quite useful to do before we start working out our angles is to just draw one line which goes from the center to the top of the chart, and that's your starting point. Now, as I said before, we need to make sure that when we are creating our pie charts or constructing a pie chart, that we think about how many degrees there are in a circle. So in a circle we know that there are 360 degrees. And to work out just how many of those 360 degrees strawberry, vanilla, chocolate and others are going to take up, we need to know just how many degrees each vote, each child is worth. So we know that there were 36 votes and we know that there are 360 degrees in this circle. So what we do is a quick sum, 360 divided by 36, and we know that that is 10 degrees. Okay, so every child in this survey is worth 10 degrees. So 10 degrees per person or per vote. Now, obviously, if you get numbers which are not perfect like this, obviously I've chosen 36 on purpose and made it work. But if you don't get 36, you can use a calculator to help you. And sometimes you might even get decimals. So it might be 6.7 degrees per person. Whatever it is, you need to remember that for later on. So what we do is we go back to our original data. So we knew that strawberry got 12 votes. And if we know that each vote is worth 10 degrees, that means we're going to do a quick sum, 12 times 10. So strawberry is going to get 120 degrees on this chart. Vanilla is going to get 80 degrees on this chart. Chocolate is going to get 100 degrees on this chart. And others is going to get 60 degrees on this chart. And if I did a quick side sum, of all of those degrees, I hope that I would get 8 and 2 is 10, 16, 1, 2, 3, I would hope to get 360 degrees. So I know that all the maths here is correct. Okay, I know that strawberry is worth 120, vanilla 80, chocolate 100 and others 60, and we know that every child is worth 10 degrees. So all of the maths is done. The hard part now is to get the angles drawn on accurately. So let's move over to the pie itself. Earlier on, we drew in the first line, and we're going to call this 0 degrees, so this is our starting point. We need to make sure that our protractor is set up accurately so that you've got the center on the center of your pie and that it's lined up accurately as well. So here we are. And I'm going to do strawberry first, which was 120. So we read around the outside, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. And when we get to 120, we mark on like that. Now it's up to you whether you stop and draw in that line or whether you want to carry on. So for example, if I wanted to do vanilla, I would just go from 120 round to 200. And that I know is another 80 further on. You can do it that way, but just because this is the first time I've shown you, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to make sure that I draw from the center to the outside. I know that that is 120. And I also know that 120 degrees is a third of 360. And this looks like a third. So I know that I'm on the right track. Strawberry, 12 votes. Now I am going to do vanilla next. Now you can either carry on from where you were, as I said before, so you can go from 120 round to 200, or you can reset the protractor completely, turn the 0 to face the new start point, and turn the page around as well. So now I've got the dot on the center, I've got the 0 at the top, and I'm going to go around 80, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and mark that on there. Take the protractor off, and rule a line in like that. And now we've got vanilla, 8 votes. And now I've got chocolate, which is worth 100, so I'm going to turn my sheet around again so that the line is pointing at the top. Get my protractor back on, dot on the center, 0 pointing upwards, and then count round once again, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Just going to go over there. Rule it out one more time from the center to the mark that I've made. I know that's 100, and in here, chocolate, 10 votes. And hopefully this last bit here, which I haven't measured yet, is going to be 60. So I'll make sure that's at the top again, dot on center, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and my line is running at 60, so I know that others is 60 degrees, or 6 votes. And then when I'm done, and when I'm happy, I can give my pie chart a title, a pie chart to show people's favourite ice creams. And if I wanted to, I could colour in the sections as well, just so that it's really clear that they're different to each other. And that is that.